Well, friends, I just realized I don't have the stream up on my phone here, so I can see chat a little bit easier. How is everyone on this Wednesday? Hang on, I almost got it. I almost got it. There we go. All right. How is everybody? It is Wednesday. It is Wednesday. I'll be perfectly honest. I am not feeling super fantastic. My throat, which I thought was just allergies, is giving me some trouble. I've already done the one COVID test and it came back negative. So, and it's just my throat. Like, it's just my throat. But either way, I'm going in to see my doctor this afternoon to kind of follow up. But we've got water, we've got tea, we've got you all, and let's do our hellos. Good morning. Let's see, Evelyn, Silva, Marilyn, Renee, good morning, good morning, good morning. Renee, I still need an email from you. I thought I had your email in my email to send you the picture that you won last stream, but I, for some reason, don't have your email. Anyway, shoot me an email, Renee. Stephanie and Leslie, good morning, good morning. Let's see, Shannon, good morning. Michelle, I need an email from you too. Let's see, good morning, and Celeste, good morning. Yeah, I still need Renee, Michelle, and Deborah whenever Deborah comes in. Yeah, thank you, Shannon. Just shoot me an email so I can send you your coloring page that you won the other night. So I did something yesterday. I was watching, who was I watching? I was watching one of Corey's streams or videos, or I think it was videos. There you go, Michelle. There it is. Anyway, she was talking about how she organizes her PDFs. And I was thinking, I was just like, I don't really organize my PDFs. I sort of print them as needed, and then the colored ones sort of go in a file folder. There wasn't anything special to it. But then I was thinking, I was like, you know, it would be kind of cool because I do have a number of unprinted PDFs that just sort of are stored and I don't always remember. And so I was like, it'd be kind of cool to have them organized. So what I did is I placed a pickup order for Target yesterday and got myself a binder. I popped this one in the front because, well, I like that one. And I printed out all of the ones. So obviously I've got my Valentine's Day one in there. I printed out all the ones that I have that I haven't colored yet. Just ones I've gotten that I'm like, oh, hey, there's a cool sale and I really like that one. Or there was something, Matt Davidson was doing some sort of event and he was raising some sort of money, and so I purchased some for that. So I had a number of PDFs that I didn't have colored, so I went ahead and got them printed out. Aren't you cute with your one binder? And it's not even full. It's not even full. Like, it goes to like, yeah, it goes to here. I have them like on either side of it. But yeah, so we got the Valentine's Day one. Here, can I zoom out anymore? No, I guess not. Here, how about we just turn that for a second? At least while we're doing this. And then this one, this Christine Karen one, I'm excited to color at some point when I have some time. Nah, you're good, Michelle. You could just say giveaway winner and I'll know it's you. I've got your name written down, so. You have 9? Oh my goodness. And then these here, this one I got, and this one and another one I actually got because Corey was doing a giveaway on one of her live streams, and I was shocked. I actually won. It was like $10 worth of Etsy. And so I got this one, and then like one other one. And then there's this one here. So I have a number. Don't judge me, people. I ain't judging. No judge here. Hi, Terralyn. Oh, nice, Ev. So yeah, a number of Christine Karen. I have this one that I have, obviously the 10th Doctor. This was the Matt Davidson one, recent Christine Karen one, not her most recent, but yeah. Different paper, yeah, no, that's fair. Well, and I did print some of these lighter because I generally like it lighter. Hi, Fissel. And then this one here, Lana Green. This one here was one we were gonna color. I think this is Mariola Bedeck. But we were gonna color it a while ago, but I never ended up doing it because I wanted to do watercolor and it reacted to. So I haven't like colored it yet. Christine Karen, Mariola Bedeck. I forget. I have to look it up. I think this was from Mermay. This is Laura Rafferty. And then some Johanna ones from when she put Flourish on for PDFs. I don't remember this one. Who did this one? I'll need to look it up. It's not a Mariola one. It's on Etsy. I'll have to look up and see who did that one. Johanna, Christine Karen, Johanna. This one was, I think this is Matt Davidson's wife who drew this one. Johanna, Christine Karen. Tanya, if you ever see this or whenever you're in here, you did a really good job on this one. Nina Kurtz, that's what it was. Yeah, Nino Kurtz, yeah. That's Elisa Matrokin, but I mean, how can I not? Just saying. Anyway, Christine Karen. And if I'm, yeah, if my energy's a little low, it's just because I'm not feeling great. My mood is perfectly fine. My energy is a little lower today. So these ones are ones that I had printed out extras of that I've actually colored, but they're perfectly good coloring pages, so I didn't want to just chuck them. Maybe I'll want to redo them again at some point, so I decided to save them and I put them in the back. And then I had a bunch of loose ones that I finished like over the years. So there was this one. Hi, Mandy. Hi, Melissa. And then these ones, and of course we just did that one. The cake. I have a lot of Christine Karens are ones that I print out. Hannah Carlson, a Johanna. That's Mariola Bedeck. That was hair that we did. But yeah, in the file folder that I was going through with the blank ones, I was just like, oh, hey, Steve. So anyway, those are the extra PDFs that I have at the moment, but I was just like, it seems like a good way to store it. All right, let's bring our other light back here. There we go. And then, so I was doing that review for the planner, and I realized that permanent markers are the best to write on the stickers with. So when I did my pickup order for Target, I also went ahead and grabbed rainbow Sharpies, which will probably be about I don't see myself coloring with these unless I want to do like the front of a book cover. No, he didn't, because he had a meeting first thing this morning, and for the post office, it's 20 minutes there and 20 minutes back. And I was eating breakfast when I got your message this morning, and I was like, there's no way I'll make it back and then have time to set up. So we're gonna go this afternoon, but I'm super excited. Thank you, Shannon. Very, very large 4-inch binder of color images. I didn't file after March 22. I need a personal assistant, right? Oh, awesome, Mandy. I'm so glad. Well, I think that's all the announcements that I have. Shannon linked that Valentine's picture that is up in the Etsy store now. We're going to be coloring that one after this one. I did catch up on what we colored last time, so I finished off these leaves here. So we're just going to dive right in on some more leaves. We're going to get as far as we get, and we'll go from there. So, yeah. How's everybody's week been so far? Mine has been really busy. I actually went to bed early last night, partially because I'm not feeling well, but also because like yesterday was like back-to-back stuff. You ever have those days where you have so many things going on that when by the time you finish them all, you just kind of want to sit and stare at the wall? 9 binders, oh my goodness. Well, you have 9 binders, but how many coloring books do you have? Because I definitely have more coloring books than I have PDFs, and that's also because I default to Johanna's books quite a bit. So that has a lot to do with it. Okay, well. Oh, sounds good, Terlin. Like I said, I got my tea here. But I'm so excited, Ev. It's always such a bright spot when I'm like, oh, let's go to the post office and there's Happy Mail. Let's see. Do I want to do here or here? Let's work up here. Let's work up here. I mean, it is, you know, just a lot of leaves, but... Oh, no, you lost your internet. Like on your computer and you're on your phone now, or it just like blipped out for a second? Okay. Here we go. All right. Let's see. What color leaves do we want to do? Let's do some blue. Buy new binders on Saturday. I went through them, removed all my unbound books from them, and added them to the shelves. Oh, that's funny. 1,000 PDFs? Oh gosh, I could never color that many. See, because I have my very specific artists that I enjoy too, and it's like I know that like I won't color very often. This blade is getting dull. That is a shame. I like this sharpener. I have another one somewhere. I need to dig it out. Okay, let's do blue. Just blipped. Oh, weird. Switch exercise shooting hoops. Oh, nice. All right. Well, I guess these are kind of blue, aren't they? Maybe I should save blue for these ones. And for this one, sorry, I didn't really think about what colors I want to do. Maybe we'll do these ones. Hang on. I'm all over the place today. My brain's in a bit of a fog. Where is Mulberry? That's what. You don't have a problem? You're good. You are golden. You are golden. For me, when I get a PDF, it almost like hangs over my head. Like, you have this now, you should be coloring it. And I'd be like, I know. But it's the same way with the books too. There are just not enough hours in the day. That's the problem. And look, I brought out the pencil extender for today. Aren't you proud of me? Pencil extender. Oh, they're doing utility work. That'll do it. That'll do it. All right. We got some pink and we're gonna grab, let's grab cream. No, let's do Deco Pink. Yeah, well, I knew that there were some that I had ordered that I hadn't printed out, and I was like, oh my gosh, if I can't even remember what I ordered, I was just like, I need to at least get them printed or sort them in like files on my computer. I don't know, but I was just like, you know, I'll just print them. And it's nice because now I can kind of flip through and see what I've colored and what I haven't colored. All right, we're using violet now. Turn it violet, Violet. But yeah, Steve's work sent home a free COVID test. Oh, actually, if you are in the US and you are not aware now, you can get 4 free at-home testing kits from USPS. Or I think you can just go to covidtest.gov and that'll link you, but it's all through USPS. And it's like 1 test per residential address. So if you want to get your hands on some free COVID tests, it's just as simple as putting in your address and they'll get them sent out to you. So if you were not aware, but anyway, his company handed out free COVID tests. So I went ahead and took one of those last night and it came up negative. And it's really just my throat and like nasal stuff, which is why I was thinking that it was just allergies and maybe I overdid it like with my voice on Monday. But now I'm just like, it's probably a little, which just drives me crazy because I don't leave the house that much, you know? Steve's the one going to work, the kids are going to school, and I'm all just here hunkered down, and I'm the one that gets sick. It's not fair, and I'm just going to complain a little bit more. Hi, Becky. Oh, awesome, Marilyn. Doesn't hurt to have them on hand when they're free, and it saves you having to go to the doctor to, you know, just put your mind at ease. which is always nice. All right, so we're just using a violet. But yeah, not too shabby. Oh, Shannon, today's the 19th. Shannon, I need to send you that link. I need to send you that cookie thing. Fighting a sinus infection. Thank you, weather. You know, and that might be it. That might be it. Like I said, like I'm mostly just like tired, and I don't even really have a cough. Like I coughed a couple times this morning, but it was just, you know, when I was first waking up. Like it's all very sus. I am 99.6% positive that it's not COVID. Mulberry. However, little Emily, and this is where the 4% comes in. Little Emily did have an exposure in her class. One of her classmates went home early on Friday and are suspiciously gone this week. And then we got the notice that says your child had an exposure. Please follow these precautions. And it's just like, great, thanks. I'm so excited. Yeah. Not used to sick germs because we've been isolating for so long. I know it. You're gonna give me a day? Yeah, well, it's funny. Her Girl Scout friends, their moms were all posting on Facebook about it this morning. I'm like, yeah, I haven't done that yet, but we'll do it later. It was in the 50s. Today it's in the 20s. Yeah, temperature's dropping today too. I was in like t-shirt yesterday, t-shirt and sandals. But I had to take our older kitty to the vet 'cause she was having trouble holding her water and just wasn't feeling well. So we got her some medicine and everything, but we had to wait there for like an hour because then the vet had emergency surgery he had to do, which is fine. What am I going to do? Be like, no, you come take care of my non-emergency cat right now. Like, no. Let's see. Now we're going to use pink. And so then we got her medicine, but she's not happy because she has to stay isolated because she's having water issues. Because I got to tell you, we tried a diaper on her yesterday. Cats and diapers do not mix. I know it, but everybody else is fine. Everybody else is fine, which tells me that it's probably just something, let's see, Deco Pink. Odds are it's something just like, because I mean, just because COVID's around doesn't mean that all of the other illnesses don't still exist. Like they didn't all just suddenly disappear to make room for COVID, you know? So my guess is because Steve and the kids have a better immune system than I do, my guess is they probably fought it off just fine. And then here I am. Bit of dizziness, everyone gets it different. That's true. Well, like I said, I did the 15-minute test and it came back negative. And then, let's see, I'm using violet now. And then I'm going to see my doctor this afternoon. So we'll know for sure. They'll probably do a PCR test just to be sure. Because, you know, the antigen tests aren't 100% accurate all the time. Especially if you're not, you know, you don't have a ton of other symptoms. And I did get the booster recently, so it's very possible that, you know, I don't know. There's no point in speculating until I know for sure. In the meantime, I'll wash my hands and keep myself to myself. Hi, Daniela. It is, Renee. Yeah, it's pretty glorious. Right down the middle. Thankfully, it hasn't had a blah, 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 blah. I can't talk. Exclamation point words. Words are hard. It hasn't had any issue sharpening, and the lead hasn't broken inside, but yeah, it's straight up split all the way down the middle. It's pretty awesome. But it's okay. Words are so hard. I spoiled my one cat. I got a nice box that seemed to love, so I put a fuzzy pad in the bottom and got comfy. Yeah, she's got a full setup in our master bathroom here. So she's got her litter box, she's got a bed, she's got her food, she's got her water. She's on a special diet already, and so I got some wet food in her special diet for her yesterday. So she got wet food too, so that made her happy. She just doesn't like being separated, but it's only until Hang on one second, guys. I'm getting a call I need to answer. Okay, sorry about that. It was just the doctor's office confirming an appointment. We're all good now. We're all good. I was making sure they weren't calling to cancel for whatever reason. Well, yeah, but I mean, nothing's 100%. So what am I gonna do? Go get it done and be like, well, everything said negative, but I'm still not gonna believe. I would drive myself crazy. I would drive myself absolutely crazy. And the fact of the matter is, I don't feel too terrible. So we'll go. Just get the test just in case, and then just go from there. You can only do what you can do, and I don't, you know, I don't feel immensely terrible, so we'll just ride it through until I feel better. So, yeah, because with that, you know, saying that nothing is 100%, I mean, it's true, but what's the point of doing any kind of tests if you choose not to believe any of them? I remember when my son was a baby in daycare, Hubs and I got so sick. Oh, absolutely. Hi, Be Familiar. How are you? Oh, I'm so glad. When the kids both, like, even when my oldest started school and then when they both started school, oh my gosh, I got the flu like 3 times that year. It was a friggin' nightmare. Yeah, exactly. Mostly they'll probably do the PCR because I was supposed to have a regular doctor's appointment tomorrow, and it's different if you're sick. Like, I might need to reschedule that. So they'll probably do the test to find out whether or not I should come in for my normal appointment. All right, we're gonna use white. And for, you know, like school informing and Steve's work informing, like that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's all good. Like I said, I have felt way worse before, and I don't have a fever and everything. It's just throat stuff, and that's about it. Oh, I'm so glad. It's always good to take a mental health day. I even did that for little Emily. Like, she was just feeling really overwhelmed at school one week, and I was like, you know what? Let's just take a day, you and me. And we had a mental health day, and we hung out, and I think we got some ice cream, and yeah, it was all good. All right, so that was Violet, Mulberry Pink, and Deco Pink. Let's now grab our Peacock Green. But yeah, so far we're doing well with a lot of color. Oh, and I took your guys' advice. I went ahead and watched Shang-Chi, and it was a very good movie. I enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it more than the Eternals, for sure. But yeah, I mean, and I enjoy a lot of superhero movies, so thanks, Leslie. Yeah, I will soon. It's just a matter of time. Okay, then we're gonna do Violet. Like I said, the whole idea with this page is just bright, saturated colors. All right, Mulberry. Why is it I don't care for the Prismacolor blender? And hello, Teresa. I find it very scratchy, and I feel like it just kind of scrapes away the pigment. In comparison to the Caran d'Ache blender, it's just, the Caran d'Ache is just so much better. I mean, I might like the Prismacolor blender, maybe if I'd never used the Caran d'Ache, but honestly, I've had the same Prismacolor blender for probably about 5 years because I just don't use it because I don't like it. So yeah, I prefer the Caran d'Ache one. I think it works just a lot better, and I don't know, I never want to use anything that makes me feel like it's nails on a chalkboard. Eternals, yesterday I need to rewatch it because I found it confusing. Yeah, and the rhythm of it, was just, it seemed off a little bit. But, trying to think, what else do I have going on this week? Not a ton. I have a lot of work stuff that's happening. But, yeah, otherwise, it's just busy, that's all. All right, and then Deco Pink. But we should be able to let Kitty out of the bathroom probably tomorrow, if the medicine worked the way it's supposed to. All righty. How am I feeling about that? I think I like that. Let's do green on the outside. No, that's fair, Marilyn. That makes sense. The Derwent blender? Was the Derwent blender among the ones that I tried? Hang on. This is my little drawer of blenders here. Let's see. Colorless blender. Ah, the Derwent. Yeah, it's right here. I'd have to rewatch my blender video to decide. I don't recall it standing out immensely. Let me see. Yeah, it's got a bit of that scratchy feeling too. I mean, it does work a little bit, but yeah. I think I still prefer the Caran d'Ache over the Derwent. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's a whole Let's Talk that's blenders and all kinds of good stuff. Oh, awesome, Teresa. And I realize you guys can't really. There we go. That's a little bit better. Ah, thanks. Let's see. All right, let's use. I could see that, Renee. Finesse, the Finesse blender. I had a lot of people comment afterwards, though, that they found that their nibs got worn down quickly. And I suppose I could see that because this one, like, I was using it for something. And let's see if I can get this in focus here. There, you can see with the kind of the pink behind it a little bit. I could see how the tip could be frayed a little bit. And then there's the pointed tip down underneath, but it did work to blend the pigment together really well. So, I mean, a big part of it's just going to be your own personal preference. Ah, thank you, Shannon. I would just say just test it out, Leslie. See what works best for you. Because, I mean, that's the thing, too, is everybody has their own personal preferences. A bit of blender choice, pencil choice, all of it, it's fairly subjective. It kind of just depends on your own personal preference. How you use your pencils, how you blend your pencils. Because think of it, if somebody, like for instance, for me in the beginning when I used Prismacolors was all I used. And so I only understood to blend pencils through just like smushing the colors together rather than like layering. And so when I switched to Faber-Castell, I absolutely hated it because it just wasn't working the way that I was used to working with my Prismacolors. So that was a me issue rather than a pencil issue. It wasn't until I learned how to layer that I discovered that I actually really liked them. So that right there by itself was a pretty subjective reasoning. Good morning, Della. Let's see, now we're gonna use light green. Yep. All right, I'll fully admit that one. That was a snap. Okay. So funny, Annie's over there sitting in Steve's chair right now. He had his computer bag on his chair earlier today. She full on just shoved it off. She's like, no, this is my chair. She also commandeered, he's got this kind of storage cabinet over here on the other side of the office, and she commandeered that for her own. So I just moved all the papers out of it. Yep, snap. I tell you, this tea that I drink has just been a lifesaver in so many ways. I really like the Adagio brand, ADAGIO. Adagio brand of, I'm using Gray Green Light now, of loose leaf tea, and the tea that I drink, it's called Throat Therapy, and oh my gosh, the amount of times I have used this tea, it makes my throat feel so much better, whether I've overused it or I'm sick or whatever else. Like, it is just the best tea. I love it so much. It's got so much good stuff in it. Exactly, Ev, exactly. There you go, Teresa. All right. Am I done with this? I don't know. Let's grab a little bit of violet here. I'm going to add just a little bit more over here. I'm not totally happy with that base. All about that base, More layers. Okay. All right, let's use our handy dandy blender. Okay. All right, so the other one will be purple too. Let us move on. Let's do these in full-on green, yeah? So let's start with dark green. Let's see. It's kind of got a different print. We'll do these ones the same and this one differently. So are we in frame? Yes. All right, we're gonna start with dark green. Does anybody have any plans for the rest of the week? Mine's pretty much just get through to the weekend. Okay. There we go. Okay. And then let's do, do I want to go more blue or more green? Let's go more green. Oh, nice, Ev. All right, we're gonna get Kelly green. Okay, and then we're gonna get pale sage. And then I think we'll use mulberry for, you know what's funny is this is the color combination. I think I might have mentioned this before already, but this is the color combination that I used in one of my leaf videos that has literally like some of the most views on my channel. It's so funny just how my technique has changed, but this color combination I've used a lot. Dark green, Kelly green, and pale sage. It's just a great combination. Okay, and then Kelly green. You need to train your boss? Oh gosh, anybody back at work yet? How are they feeling? Okay, that was Kelly green, now pale sage again. I'm actually not going to use white to blend over the top. Totally spasmed out over on the leaf above, but it's okay. All right, and then we're going to grab mulberry. Okay, a little bit there. Then we're gonna grab our dark green again. There we go. And Kelly green. And there we go. All right, so that's that leaf. So then this one will be green and this one will be green. And then we'll do this one here. Yep, dark green, Kelly green, pale sage, my favorite combo. Hi, Cheryl, how are you? Senior auditor is working today. Boss doing about 4 hours a day and assistant is still down and out. Oof. Well, I'm glad they're slowly starting to make their way back. That's something at least. All right. Let's start with dark green again. Use dark green as the base color. Okay, and just like before, we go darker at the base and then lighter as we fade out. And then I usually go darker where the leaves overlap. Okay, now we're gonna grab True Blue. This is definitely gonna be a bit more of a bluish leaf. We're going over that dark green. Lighter as we move out. Okay, and then we're gonna grab our sky blue light. That's awesome, Ev. You keep doing what you're doing. Sky blue light. And then we're gonna go over with our dark green again. This page is gonna be so colorful when we're done. I'm still brainstorming how we're gonna tackle the background, but I bet you better believe it's gonna be ultra colorful. All right, let's go ahead and grab a dark green. Okay, then we're gonna grab our True Blue again. Well, Ev, didn't you get it pretty early on too? Well, now I guess there's different variants and everything, so I guess having gotten COVID like 2 years ago near the beginning, it probably wouldn't give you that much immunity now, I suppose. Okay, and then we're gonna get our sky blue light. I was gonna say pale aqua blue. Is that even a color we have in here? I don't think so. Sky blue light. I'm just making up my own names for these pencils now. Prismacolor, hire me on. I'll just rename all your pencils for you. Thinking karma, Shannon? Okay. Surprisingly, Teresa, my brother did. My brother and his wife, they both got it twice. So that's super fun. Okay, so we have purple and green and blue. This one is going to be, I'm thinking it's another good opportunity for a yellow or orangey kind of style. Basically, I'm trying to create a balance across the page so that not too many of the same colors are clumped together in the same location, if that makes sense. There you go. Yeah, the OG COVID. Okay, let's see. So I'm only using the colors that I already have. For this leaf to make it more orangey, I did a very light layer of permanent red underneath. Right, Leslie? I did a permanent red underneath, but I think we're just gonna start straight up with, we've got yellowed orange, we've got sunburst yellow, we've got deco yellow and cream. From what I heard, Teresa, from what he told me, it was like about the same both times around. And my sister-in-law still doesn't have her taste back. Oh, Shannon, you had it twice? I didn't know you had it twice. My other sister got it as recently as November. And for some reason, chocolate smells like meat, if that makes sense. Chocolate smells like meat, but it still tastes like chocolate. So it's weird, man. It's way weird. Thanks, Be Familiar. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I wanted to just like in your face color. I still need to empty this. I still haven't done it. Oh, wow. I'm kind of like Steve allergies, yeah. Hi, Dee, how are you? Okay. All right, so we may add in a little bit of the red. Wait, and gasoline? What, like you couldn't smell gasoline or that food smelled like gasoline? Okay, let's start with yellowed orange. So basically what I'm doing is I'm doing like one of every leaf and then I'll get caught up because I think if we colored every leaf during the stream, it would take us so long to finish this page. And since there's a lot of leaves, I'm doing one of each and then coloring the rest off there. What, my brother and sister-in-law? No, they were not. My sister was though, but she hadn't gotten her booster yet. You think that might help? Let me grab one real quick. Yeah, because I guess I never really think about it. I guess it has been a while since I've sent a graphite through there. Come on, Stedler, don't fire him now. Yeah, that's pretty good. Look at that nice sharp pencil. It's so fancy. Let's see. Yellowed orange is what we're gonna start with. Yeah, these waxy pencils can be a little rough on your sharpeners. Thank you, Cheryl. Oh, nice, Mandy. Oh, oof. Oof. Oh, I couldn't handle that, Melissa. Yeah, you're right, Ev. I didn't even think about that. I'll be honest, like I'm not so like, I obviously don't want to get COVID and I'm not like afraid of it in the sense that, you know, like I have, you know, most of you know, I'm never one about discussing, you know, vaccine, controversy or whatever else. Everybody here knows I'm pro-vaccine, you know? So I have the vaccine and I have the booster. So I'm confident in that if I were to get it, I would be just fine. What I'm most concerned about getting it are the side effects. I want to be able to taste food. Like I don't want the long-term crud, you know? Like I know somebody who got the original COVID and still doesn't have their taste back. Like, it's just like, that just sounds terrible. Like, no, thank you. I like what little my diet is limited already. I like flavor. Hi, B. How are you? Okay, then Starburst Yellow. Like, I have another friend who her long-term side effect from COVID, she's losing her hair. Like, hi, Ashley. Like, it's just like, this sounds terrible. I don't want any of these side effects. That's what I'm most concerned about at this point. Like, it's not cool, man. It's not cool. All right, so we're still using Sunburst Yellow. Like, that's the thing I'm most concerned about. Yeah, and I just don't want people sneezing on me in general anyway, so, you know. Yeah, see, that's what I'm most nervous about. But on the plus side, you'll be happy to know that currently everything tastes fine. So, like I said, I'm 99.6% positive that it's just a sore throat. Yeah, she said that it's a side. Now, of course, I'm not her doctor. I'm going based off of what she has said. But yes, she said that her side effect, Deco Yellow, is hair loss. And I'm just like, wait, what? Apparently, it's one of the weird, rare side effects. So who knows? I mean, maybe it has to do with genetics and, you know, who the heck knows? Who the heck knows? I am not a doctor. I am not a doctor. And I don't understand genetics or how it all works, but according to her, her side effect is hair loss, and it's just like, oof. Oof. Really, Shannon? Because of the taste, or? Interesting. All right, and then cream. However, on the upside, I was reading an article today, New York Times had put it through, that Omicron is on the downswing. Now, who knows what's going to show up after that, but on the plus side, it is on the downswing, so that's always good. Ugh, I'm so sorry, Ev. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Mandy. And like I said, I took the antigen test so far, and that was already negative. But I think what it's more than likely that it could be possibly is it could just be strep. But who knows? Oh, weird. I'd be really curious to know the science behind it. I think so. I'm gonna use white now. Like that's what kind of fascinates me. Like, what is it about it that triggers the change in taste? And is it to certain foods like Shannon's, or people that have like lost all taste? Like if we broke it down to the genetic code, I would be really curious to know how that works. Like, I'd have to have somebody explain it to me, obviously, because I don't understand genetics. I'm a colorist and a social media web design person. I don't know genetics. Okay. So that's the white. And then we've got yellowed orange. Nice, Della. Yeah, so did I. Yeah, for those of you that have come in new and weren't in when I said it earlier, if you aren't aware, I think it's covidtest.gov, or you can just go to the USPS website using yellowed orange, and they have 4 free at-home COVID tests. All you have to do is just put in your address and they send them out. So, yeah, thought that was pretty cool. Nice to have those on hand at home if you need them. Oh, fatigue. No, that's fair. Oh no, Mandy. Had the Delta 5 months ago, lost taste and smell for about a month. The hair loss is due to the hair going into shed mode. It'll grow back. That's what I'm hoping for her. She actually had just gotten married recently, so she had a hairstylist that was able to do extensions for her and everything. But she was mostly disappointed because, you know, she was getting ready to get married and she didn't want to be dealing with that, you know, for her wedding, which I don't blame him. No, I'm going to my regular doctor and she's really good. She's not just going to tell me I have it just to tell me I have it. Hi, Elizabeth. How are you? All right, now we're going to use Sunburst Yellow. Because for us too, it's important to know, because then we have to report it to our kids' school saying, hey, the kids have someone in the household that has it, kind of thing. And then, you know, had to go from there. Because I was nervous because little Emily, you know, she's like me, and she's very using Deco Yellow, and she's very empathetic, and, you know, she cares about her friends. And so this particular friend wasn't feeling well on that particular day, and she was comforting them, and I was just like, great, I'm so glad that you want your friends to feel better, but now I'm just like, how are you feeling? Do you have a fever? Did you sneeze? Why did you sneeze? Why did your toe twitch? So yeah, all right, cream down. So I love that she is so sweet and so caring, but not when that person has COVID. Sounds good, Renee. Renee, then I'm not sure if you heard, send me an email, Renee, because for some reason, I thought I had your email, but I don't. And I want to send you your page that you won. Hi, Dawn, how are you? Has it started? Has what started? Okay, so for the shadow effect on this leaf, we're definitely going to use some mulberry, and I think we'll use some purple, because even though there's orange in here, complementary of orange is blue, complementary of yellow is purple, and if you don't know, if you don't know, this is what I'm referring to. We have an entire Let's Talk episode on color theory. So you can sometimes use complementary colors of shades, so violet and yellow, blue and orange, green and red. And if you want to hear more about it, you can check out that Let's Talk episode. All right, let's zoom on in. There we go. All right, so let's start with violet. Turn violet, We need to sharpen this. Sheet. Oh yeah, you were right, Ev. That sharpened much better. Yeah, I just needed to send a graphite pencil through it. It's those little things that you forget about sometimes. Okay. All right, so let's use a little bit of violet. Just a little bit of violet, because it does come out kind of brown, which is why we're gonna bring in mulberry next. We are going to bring it down where this leaf overlaps. And this one here. That's where the shadow's gonna lie. Okay, then it's gonna be mulberry. Oh, thank you, Della. Not gonna lie, I was pretty proud of this manicure, but I used like 3 different nail polishes. So I use, oh gosh, Pam. Well, hopefully you can get some rest in a little bit. This is the nail concealer that I use. So that's just the pink part that I have as the base there. So I really like that one. And then I used this one here, which is Royal Wedding is the name of this one. And then the ILMP one, Citrus Punch, is the other one. But yeah, I saw somebody's nails with kind of like the French manicure, but like with the two-tone colors and kind of an angle, and I was like, oh my gosh, I like that, so I did it. Willy Wonka! Oh, nice. Violet, you're turning violet, Violet! Okay, so now let's grab mulberry, and that's not in focus. Ta-da, there we go, all better. Sounds good, Elizabeth. All right, mulberry. A little bit there. Aw, thanks. I do enjoy manicures. I don't know, I could go to like a salon, but it's like, what is it, 15, 20 bucks every time you go? And I'd rather spend that much money on a good bottle of nail polish and just, thanks. No, my hands do too, Teresa. There are some days that I can't do it, yellow to orange. In fact, one day I had done one hand and then my shakes kind of set in and I couldn't do my other hand and I had messed one up and I needed to fix it. So Steve actually painted my nail for me. Yeah, so you're not alone. The shakes get to me. And thankfully, it's not all the time, but every now and then. It happens more if I've either A, got low blood sugar or I've had a migraine recently. Okay, and then Sunburst Yellow. But they've always, like, my hands have always been shaky my entire life. It was so funny. I worked at a winery when I was pregnant with little Emily. And you know what's hilarious is when you're pregnant and you're giving a wine tour and you're pouring everybody's wine glass. Now, my hands have shook forever, and so I'm used to it, and I know how to handle my hands when they're shaky. But when you're pregnant and you're pouring a glass of wine for someone and your hands are shaking at the same time, their eyes go like really wide, and I'm like, oh my God, are you okay? I'm like, I'm fine. This is what they normally do. How do I do my right hand? Very slowly. Very slowly. Oh, nice, Mandy. A lot of it, sometimes, like for instance, when I actually did this other hand, I was having like, my hands a little bit, like my right hand is a little bit shaky today. Today would probably not be a day for me to paint my nails. But my right hand is always worse. So a lot of times if my hand is shaking, if I can settle my hand that has the brush, sometimes I will keep my hand firm and then I'll move my fingers and not necessarily the brush. And sometimes that works. I don't think I could paint my nails on stream ever. I've thought about it, but I don't think I could because a lot of times like I have to hold my hands in very specific ways to keep them immobile. Okay, so for the outside, let's go ahead and do purple. So we're gonna start with violet. Turn violet, violet. I don't have any particularly diagnosed reason as to why I shake. It just happens to coincide with different times. Tis what it is. All right, so there's violet, and then we're gonna use Parma violet. But for the most part, it's not too much. I'm surprised actually that I don't get more, like, not that I want them by any means, but like, because all this filming that I do, it's of my hands, I don't get too many comments as far as my hand shaking. I got more comments of people when I would do things, you know, in real life and go and do things. I got more comments about my shaky hands then versus I do now. But also my hands are resting on the table most of the time, so it's not as obvious, you know what I mean? Oh no, Ev! Someone get Ev some coffee! My tea is making me feel a little bit better, I like it. All right, so lavender, PC 934. It's kind of a pinky purple. Gonna go over the whole thing here. Then let's do a little bit of white, just a bit of white. And then we're gonna go over with violet again because I wanna have a little bit, make sure we've got kind of that dark purple on there. I wanna make sure we keep that contrast. Either that or like Postmates. Can you Postmates someone bring you a bag of coffee? Steve got himself a new blend of coffee today. I don't recall what he said it was, but it smelled so good this morning. I was just like, awesome, Renee, perfect. Heading into the kitchen for more coffee, there you go. Okay. So there's that one. So now before I choose my next color, we need to kind of visualize to see, all right, so if this one, I'll probably make this one more orangey than this one, but still we're gonna be dealing with very yellowy colors here. We'll have pink, we'll have green, green. So I'm thinking red over here. I'm thinking red. Hi, Tina. Oh, I gotcha, I gotcha. So we're gonna start with red. This one will be slightly different. What we might do is green and red. So maybe red for the stripes and green for the main leaf. But these ones here, these are gonna be red. So let's grab our Tuscan red. It's actually pretty sharp already. Let's commandeer this pencil extender here for the red. A little bit more of a comfortable hold on it. Hang on, if I can tighten it here. The funniest comment I always thought I got whenever somebody would say something about my shaky hands, they're like, oh my God, did you know your hands are shaking? And I just look at them and I'm like, no, I'm not aware they were shaking at all. Thank you for the information. I am shocked and appalled. I had no idea this was happening. But the trick was saying that without sarcasm. Aw, thanks, Ev. Aw, thanks, Tina. Put a coffee bar in my craft room. Psh, that works. All right, so Tuscan red. It's kind of like people, like when I was pregnant with my son, I had somebody, I was very pregnant with him and like he was due in like a week. And I had somebody ask me as they're looking at my very large stomach, like, oh, you have that baby yet? And I'm looking at them like, seriously? Now keep in mind, I'm like 40 weeks pregnant because my kids like stayed until 41 weeks. But I'm just like, I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, you have eyeballs. Does it look like I had the baby yet? What am I supposed to say? Yes, thanks, I had the baby, but then I ate him, which is why my stomach is still like this. Like, I was just like, really? Really? But I was also 40 weeks pregnant, so I was not in any way, shape, or form for anyone's comments, however idiotic they may be. And I was just like, I hate everybody. All right, so Tuscan red. probably could have said all that and gotten away with it just because, you know, pregnancy. Woo. Of course, at the place we were living at the time, he was our maintenance guy, and I didn't want to be rude and have him not come fix things. So I chose to be cordial and just be like, nope, didn't have the baby yet, friggin' idiot. Hey, Steve, what's up?
So as soon as my appointment started, Paul jumped on my lap. And the instant I said, bye, he jumped off.
Well, yeah, he wants to be the star of the show. Annie's just been sitting over here sleeping. Actually, can you roll her over here to the end of the desk?
Yeah. My appointments. Is that your cat? You got super excited because this person's cat also looks like Paul.
Oh, I was gonna say, nope, it's not my cat. It's this strange animal that wandered into my house and decided to sit in my lap. Okay, let's see if I can. Let me see right here. Scoot you back just a little bit. There we go. Oh, see, she's black. Yanny. Yeah. He's gonna hang out in the chair. We need to get like a white blanket on there for her. Silly kitty. He's gonna hang out. You can leave her there. It's fine. Yeah. She does size shift. I can turn the camera up. No, sometimes they see someone sleeping yet and ask them, are you sleeping? Like, no, I'm having a party. Hi, Boots.
Question?
Yes.
Did you want me to take an early lunch and run to the post office and have some Happy Meal?
Maybe.
If it's there?
Yes, I do. Thank you.
Okay.
Love you. Ev, Steve's going to the post office. Yay.
Yeah, Ev, just so you know, like 50% of the post office runs are me.
Yeah. Oh, they saw your legs. Woo, Steve legs. And knees.
See my fit calves.
Oh, baby, oh, baby.
Soccer playing calves.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Boots. That's hard. Yeah, he's got soccer player calves. I'm so sorry, Boots. That's never easy. We had to do that a few years ago. We're using permanent red now.
What do they think of my calves?
Oh, Steve wants to know what you guys think of his calves. Well, if you need us, we're here, Boots. Annie, you heading out? Okay, see you later. Mm-hmm. Marilyn says, you two get a room, flashing those legs and cat calling. Renee says, hubba hubba. That's good stuff right there. It's okay, Renee. I say the same thing. Okay. Okay, be safe. Love you. Leslie. It took me a second. I'm like, wait a minute, what? Right, Shannon? I didn't suggest it. He asked. All right, Deco Pink. Do they have cows? That's funny. All right, Deco Pink. So, because little Steve is little and he's a boy, he loves POO jokes. And I heard one the other day and I told it to him this morning. He thought it was hilarious. So, there's the knock knock, who's there? Europe who? And then the person says, the new one that we told him was, knock knock, who's there? I eat mop. And then you guys would say, I eat mop. And then you say it together. And it's hilarious. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's a point where you gotta balance out, or Tuscan Red now, quality of life and everything. I'm so sorry, Boots. That's no fun to go through or have to make those kind of decisions. Right? Move the chair was no longer a secret place to hide. Exactly. no, Shannon. Anyway, little Steve just thought it was hilarious, and he was just cracking up all the way to school, so I call that a win. One of these days he'll get old enough that I can't just tell him potty jokes and make him laugh. One of these days he'll start rolling his eyes at me. Right? Isn't that how it works? All right. And then peppermint red. And he's over checking out Nibbles now. Nibbles is having his morning snack. All right. Did I say peppermint red? It should have been permanent red. I'm just realizing now I might have said peppermint red. Oh, that's nice, Boots. Yay! Okay, cool. I'm holding you to that, Shannon. Okay. I mean, to be fair, Steve laughed at it too, so, you know. I'll count that as a win. All right, so that is a red leaf. So here is the plan. Here's the plan. I mean, we're going to keep going. We're going to keep going. But so this one will be purple, purple pink. This one will be kind of a yellowish orange. This one will be green, green, red, red. And now we're going to do this one. This one's going to be green, red. Then we'll move on to the flowers and we'll do this and we'll do the butterfly. I don't even know what time it is. 11:05. We still got like an hour. The feed isn't working. What feed isn't working? Okay, so let's do this leaf now. Oh, I couldn't either. There definitely, I think there's a certain level of detachment that you have to have when you're in that particular kind of field. All right, so now dark green. Gonna do it darker here where the leaves overlap, so we have a little bit of shadow. Okay, a little bit dark at the tip there. Okay, and then let's do, oh, hey, Paul, all you guys are coming in. It's a cat party in here. Let's actually just jump in with pale sage, and then we'll use whatever green we need to kind of bridge the gap. Hey, buddy, what you doing? All right, so let's use pale sage. And see, this is why I always use a third color, but I'm not sure which mid green I want to use yet. So I'm going to get in our dark green and then our light green, and then I'll find a mid green. Paul, honey, don't go over there. Come here, come over here. Why don't you hop up in the chair? No? Okay, but just stay off the shelf. Okay. So there's that pale sage. All right, let's go ahead and grab, let's do light green. Okay. See, now I'm super excited. Everybody gets back. He should be back before we end stream today. Okay, so light green. And we're gonna use Pale Sage again. This one here. Okay. Now we're gonna go ahead and use henna here. It's a little bit of a shadow color. We're gonna use a little bit up the middle. Okay, and then let's grab our true green again. Or sorry, not true green, light green. To help if I got my pencil names correct. Okay, there we go. All right, now we need our Tuscan red. Hello, Noelia, welcome. You're fine, Boots. You're going through something right now. It's okay, it's understandable. All right, Tuscan red. Okay. It's got a pretty fine tip on it, so I'll be surprised if it doesn't snap. Am I still in frame? Yes, okay. Okay. And then we're going to use the permanent red after this. Okay. Okay, and permanent red. We might break out a little bit of purple too. Okay. Let's use a little bit of our blender. Okay, now let's grab the purple. Hi, Cece, how are you? Welcome. There we go. Okay, just a little bit of purple. Do that right along the edge here. There we go. Okay. All right, so like I said, that one will get red too. Let's go ahead now and do, let's actually go ahead, now let's do this. Let's get it out of the way. Okay, so if we're gonna have purple, purple, we could do these in blue. Because we do have some blue here, a little bit of blue here, but we're gonna have such strong orange and yellow. We need a balance here, and I don't necessarily wanna put green unless it were to be a really dark green. So let's go ahead and do blue. About the same, Cece, about the same. Lots of work. Okay, there we go. All right, so let's start with, okay, cool, take a look. All right, let's start with denim blue. Let's just go ahead and do this one here. Okay. Out of the line a little bit, but that's okay. Going out of the line adds character. So when I'm at the edge of this page, it gets a little bit more difficult. So we're just going to color it like so. Annie, you going into your box? Okay. There we go. And then we're gonna go ahead and grab, hi Michelle, how are you? I love Magical Jungle as well. Reorder World of Flowers Spiral Bound because my original copy fell apart. Oh no! Oh, but I'm good you got a spiral bound. Or I'm good, I'm glad. I'm glad you got a spiral. Annie, honey, stay out of Daddy's computer bag. Okay, and then True Blue. How weird would it be if we just threw in like one black leaf? That would look so out of place with all this color. It'd be hilarious. Annie, honey, you cannot go in the bag. No, you can't. No, you absolutely cannot. She's so moody today. Welcome back, Terlin. I don't know if you guys could hear her meowing or not. All right, then we're going to do sky blue light. She's opted to lay on top of the computer bag now instead. Okay, so sky blue light. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and get our white. So excited for Steve to come back. I love Happy Mail. Okay. You hear her? Okay, yeah. Yeah, she's a sassy cat today. You have conversation too. It's hilarious when they answer you back. Hey, Annie. Annie. What you doing? She's looking at me. She's just like, stop being weird, Mom. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and use the denim blue. There we go. Like I said, saturation is the name of the game for this page. I want so many bright, vivid colors. All right, now true blue. What I might do on some of these blue leaves is do a slight variation where there's a little bit of maybe green on the leaves as well as the blue. I've heard of them, Michelle. I've heard of them. We had, I haven't seen her around lately. Shara, I think what her name was. Anyway, we had a woman that was part of the coloring community who also liked reborn dolls. So I've heard of them before. I know that there's a whole community for it, that people get them and unbox them and get them all dressed up and everything. All right, so that's the, oh no, wait. We need mulberry. We need to add a little bit of contrasting shadow color here. And let's do a little bit in the middle here. Okay, and then true blue. All right, there we go. Who paints them? Oh, interesting. All right, so, well, when you say paint them, do you mean like paints their, like does the face painting for them or what? All right, so I did this one in pink. So actually, I guess these other ones would be pink too, wouldn't they? All right, well, let's move on to the butterfly then. Yeah, she hasn't been around for a while. I think she kind of tapered off the coloring, and I think she's doing mostly the reborn dolls, which is, you know, I think fairly normal for most people when they get, you know, invested in a hobby. Sometimes, you know, it goes through seasons. It's kind of like video games too. Like I get in the mood to play a video game and then I don't want to play it again for a while. Okay, so for the butterfly, we've got pretty much all the colors surrounding it. Let's start with some orange, yeah? Oh, that's kind of cool. What kind of paints does she use on them? Like, it's got to be something different than acrylic paint because, I mean, is there some sort of doll paint or does she use like an airbrush to paint them? Oh, Anne sent me one last year around Christmas time. I ordered my first one. I ordered a thing. Oh, that's cool. Hi, Carol. How are you? All right, so yellowed orange. Let's do this inside part orange, and maybe we'll do the outside part blue. Maybe we could do complementary colors on this butterfly. Okay, so yellowed orange. Now let's grab deco yellow. Cooking in the... It creeps you out. She sends me pictures of them cooking in the oven in parts. Oh my gosh. It's very colorful. Oh, thank you. Sounds good, Teresa. Thank you so much for being here. Who? Mama Fruit Bat or Shara? It's like the Lego video games best. I've played all but the villains. Oh, Melissa and I still need to finish our Lego Harry Potter game. We started playing that around the Harry Potter-a-thon, and I haven't had time to get back to it. Melissa, we need to finish playing that at some point. I haven't played it anymore. I haven't furthered along in the level since the last time you and I have played. All right, deco yellow. Oh no, I didn't. I've watched her streams and I've watched her channel and I think I'm following her, but I never watched her streams super frequently, if that makes sense. Okay, so let's see. True blue. Okay, then let's use the sky blue light. And we'll definitely be using some mulberry, I think, as our shadowy color. Go, let's use a little bit more true blue. Okay. And then the sky blue light. There we go. All right, now let's do, let's do purple. Oh, violet, you're turning violet, Violet. Okay. Okay, there we go. Violet on the tips. You ever find that there aren't a lot of pencils that are named purple, like they are named violet? I suppose because purple is subjective, but I don't know. All right, Parma Violet. Tanya! Hi, Tanya. Tanya, I was going through some blank PDFs earlier and I mentioned, you know, the Christine Karen one with the girl with the lace. I was saying you did such a good job on that. And that is the only reason I haven't colored that page is because I find the lace so intimidating. All right, Parma Violet. Now, I want this to be nice and light, so I'm actually going to go really light right here. And then we'll use a little bit of white to blend it. Okay. Hi, Mary. How are you? Okay. And here's the white. I was thinking too about those PDFs. I realized that PDFs are where I get most of my like portrait portrait style coloring pages. I don't have a ton of books. Like I have Laura Rafferty's book, but not a lot of my books are based on portraiture. Like I prefer selecting the exact ones that I want through PDF. Okay, and a little bit of Parmalite. Good, how is Mama doing? So Parma Violet, let's see, just a little bit right there. There we go. Let's grab our white again, just a smidge. Just a smidge. There we go. Okay, let's see. Let's do kind of orange and pink, yeah? Although I suppose technically, I mean, complementary color of, but that's okay. That's okay. We're gonna grab, good morning, Ronnie, how are you? Good, I'm glad to hear it, Mary. All right, let's grab processed red. And let's do processed red right here. And then we'll follow that up with an orange. No one heard that. There was no snap. Nothing happened. Okay, so now let's grab yellow orange. There we go. Yeah, I like that. And then let's see, let's grab our orange again. Can we go a little bit darker there? I wonder if we should add a little bit of the permanent red. Let's add just a tiny bit of permanent red. Make it, I don't know what you're talking about, Renee. Nope, no stoppage here. No, nothing whatsoever. Just a smidge, yep, just a smidge. A little bit of permanent red there. Just a skosh. Okay. Then this was the yellowed orange. In hindsight, like when I picked all the colors for it, I should have brought in just an orange, but honestly, it's okay because I am specifically trying to only stick to the colors that we chose initially. All right, let's grab peacock green. Haven't heard that used in a while. Just a smidge. Just a skosh. Just a itty bit. Okay, let's use peacock green. Do green for the body. The animals are kind of, they're definitely representational of like all the colors. All right, so light green. We're gonna shift. We're gonna go down here. Let's do some of these leaves and some of these flowers, yeah? Okay, so for the flowers, I think this would be a good place for some blue. Okay, so let's do denim blue. We still frame? Yes, okay. Okay. And then we're gonna do true blue. That's good, Della. Another sip of tea here. I think it's almost gone. And it's officially cold. All right, true blue. But to be fair, it was almost empty. All right, true blue. Okay, and then sky blue light. Oh, I hear Steve coming back. Oh, he made good time. He made really good time. Hello? He's downstairs. All right, sky blue light. There's that there. And I think we'll probably just use a gel pen in the middle, but I'm not going to use that now because I don't want to smear it. Let's get a little bit of mulberry. Okay. Just a skosh, and then true blue. Over that mulberry. Here we go. Oh no, I went out of line. Oh well, we'll live. Probably gonna do a background anyway. What we're gonna do yet, not a clue, but we will do one. All right, let's do green for this one because the other flowers are gonna be blue. So like I said, I'm not spending time coloring each and every item. We're doing a little bit of everything so we can get it all covered here. All right, so dark green. I did that one funky a little bit. All right, dark green. Hello, Steve.
Hello. You seem agitated.
All right. Dark green. He's getting the packages for me here.
Showing the bag.
Yeah. Oh, look, it's so loud. It's party. All right, hang on. Wow, that is a lot of color, isn't it? Man, this thing's going to be intense when we're all done. Well, look here.
Pink 10.
It's from Aya. Have fun. Okay. Let's take a look here. Thank you. I know you mentioned there was more than one, Ev, but it's possible they haven't filled the rest of the P.O. boxes for today. Oh, sweet, it's the Derwent drawing ones. You know we are going to be doing a page with these. Yeah, it was on there. Thank you. We're going to be doing probably one of the Christine Cairn ones that we showed earlier today. Oh, wait, what about Ev? Oh, yeah. So, Tanya, look, it's the Derwent drawing ones. Let's see, where are my scissors? Do you have your little cutter for your keys over there? Can you take that plastic off there? Right, she is. Thank you. Oh, I think there's gonna be plastic on the inside. Ah, there is. Can you pop plastic on this one right here? There you go. There we go. All right. Oh, they smell good. They smell really good. You know, sometimes like not all pencils have that nice kind of like wood smell to it. I feel like my stream is on a serious delay here. Oh no, we're okay. Oh no, I'm just behind on my phone, that's all. Ha!
Unbelievable.
I know, it's unbelievable. They smell nice. They're thick too. They're not like... Oh, those feel nice. Derwent drawing. Oh yeah, we are definitely gonna have to test these out on something. I mean, look at, I mean, I know they're not like marketed as skin tones, but I mean, look at them. I really don't. I have absolutely no idea. So yeah, it'll probably show up later today. And then I'm going again tomorrow because the lovely Carol has also sent us some happy mail and it should be here tomorrow. And I'm excited to share it with you guys. Well, cool. Well, when we do, because we'll probably do the Valentine's picture and then I want to do the Christine Cairn one. Who am I kidding? I'll probably test this out beforehand. Maybe I'll color that one on my own time. Because I'm excited to try these. Carefully set them over. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I'm totally lost. The Durant pencils? Yeah, the Durant pencils are really good. Yeah, Carol messaged me about Shumptum, but I want to surprise you all with it. I'm super excited. Okay, so there is the dark green. And we're gonna do more here. So thank you, Ev, I appreciate that. I'm so excited to use them. I don't know, maybe what time is it? Maybe we'll finish up a couple leaves. Do you guys want to test these out on stream a little bit? Because we could totally do that.
Yeah.
What? Steve, what are you yelling about?
Yeah.
You want to test them out on stream, Steve?
Give people what they want.
All right, Kelly Green. Yeah, because we could finish up this leaf and take a quick detour. Test? Okay. Yeah, because I have that printed Christine Karen page. We could start on some of that skin a little bit and kind of test it out. So let's finish this group of leaves right here. There we go. Grab PDF. Yeah, that's why I got them. Yeah. Yeah, I love that they've got a chunkier feeling. I feel like thicker pencils just have a more solid feel to them. You know what I mean? All right, Pale Sage. We still, yeah, we're good. Okay, and then Mulberry. Yes, use now, test, yay! Steve, yes. Yes, Alan, that was so sweet. All right, Mulberry. Well, I'm really glad I streamed today. With my throat the way it was, I wasn't entirely sure, but it actually seems to be holding out really well. That tea was immensely helpful. All right, Kelly Green. Okay. All right, there we go. Okay, so this is my plan to get caught up for on Friday. Okay, so this leaf is gonna be a little bit more orangey than this one is yellow. But so orangey yellow leaf, this will be a red leaf, another purpley green leaf, and then we'll have blue and probably throw in a little bit of green in these. This will be a green leaf, pink flowers and blue flowers, and then we'll have this to work on. So this top should get caught up, and then we will do a background of sorts. I'm just not sure what yet. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what. All right, let's shift that one out of the way, and then let's grab that binder. For those of you that missed it, I kind of showed it earlier on stream. I finally got a binder for my PDFs that I haven't colored yet. I went ahead and printed them all out, and then put them in this binder so that I can kind of look at them sort of like a book, and then you know, pick the ones I want. All right, we're gonna move these Prismacolors out of the way here. Oh, that's so nice, Ev. Oh, thanks, Ronnie. Okay, so this one is the Valentine's Day image, but the one I want to test it out on is this Christine Karen one here. So, but we got a bunch of others that are in here by various artists. But yeah, the one I want to test these out on is this one here. There we go. Okay. They're so pretty and they smell so nice. so these are the Derwent drawing pencils, the wonderful, wonderful Ebb. We were talking about these other day because we were comparing what other pencils compared to Prismacolor, and Tanya suggested these ones, and I was like, well, I never even heard of these ones. So let's see. Tanya or Evelyn, would you guys recommend handheld sharpener or electric sharpener for these? I know, right? So organized. So organized. Let's grab my little, maybe this one because it's got the larger, let's see, which one do I want to start with? Let's start with this color maybe. Oh, that's so nice. Look at that. So nice. That sharpened really nice. Okay, so this first one is sepia, but then in parentheses it has red. I wonder if there's other sepias then. Hang on, I'm looking at the other names here. What do we have? Because I'm going into this like not having swatched. It doesn't look like there's other sepias. Maybe they're just saying because it has a red undertone to it. We'll definitely have to make a swatch chart for them. Handheld? Okay. All right. Well, we did electric. We'll use the handheld one from now on. Plus, this one has got the larger hole on it, so that'll work for it. All right. So, never use them. I love the feel. It's definitely got the same kind of style printing like the Inktense does. Let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit. It's just got a solid feel to it. I love that. Oh, holy heck. You're right, Tanya. Just putting it on there once. Oh my gosh.
Did Kitty get a 9 o'clock?
Oh, she didn't get a 9 o'clock, no. I'll give her some wet food at lunchtime.
No, I'll give her just a little bit.
Yeah. Wow. Tanya, I see what you mean now. Like that is smooth. That's really interesting. I'm trying to think of other pencils that have because it has a slightly drier feel to it than Prisma's, but the amount of the amount of pigment that it's putting down is quite a bit. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna have to grab a second color and kind of blend and see how that fits. I'm not sure, Allie. Oh, there should be a color chart on the underside of the lid. Hang on. No. Let's see, do I have it on the back? Unless there's one under the plastic, but I don't want to take that out without chance toppling it. No, there's not a, I wonder if they changed their packaging maybe. Yeah, you gotta love that delay there, Tanya. Or electric might work too. Yeah, that's really nice. Like, I'm barely pressing at all. Like, I'm going really light. Yeah, and I'm not sure what makes them drawing versus colored pencil. I'll have to do some research on them. You know what we need to do? We need to do a Let's Talk on Derwent products. I mean, because we've got Color Soft, Drawing, Inktense. I mean, there's a whole huge line of them. Okay, so like I said, this is me going into not having swatching, so I'm just looking at the tips here. Let's get this one. Let's get Venetian Red. Let's try the handheld sharpening on this one. Like, maybe it's just a name. Okay, yeah, that sharpened nice too. And I did have a little bit more control. I think I held that other one in there for a little bit long. Okay, let's see how they blend. Venetian Red now. Yeah, they layer nicely. I'll be really curious to try the Caran d'Ache blender with these and see how they do. Yeah, they put down a lot of pigment. I totally see what you mean though. Like, none of these are crumbling. I'll be really curious to compare these to the Color Soft. Like, maybe I need to give the Color Soft another chance too. If they're as soft as these, but these are, yeah, these are impressive. These might become my new favorite portrait pencils. Yeah, I'm barely, I mean, you can see how far back I'm holding it, and they are putting down a lot of pigment. I tell you, it almost feels like a waxier pastel, like not a wax pastel, because those are totally different. But imagine if how your regular pastels feel, but with a little bit more grip on it, if that makes sense. Let's see, let's try, this one is Mars Orange. You have the light fast, the color soft, and the ink tense with metallic pencils. Have issues? No, I don't have the light fast ones. I do have the color soft, but I found that they were really crumbly. Right, Beth? Okay, so this one is Mars Orange. Yeah, I am barely putting any pressure, and there's so much pigment. That's impressive. Oh, this page is going to be so pretty. I'm totally going to do this whole page with just these pencils. Yeah, that's really nice. Okay, yeah, I'm sold on these. Ev, thank you. Yeah, pressure's a thing, yeah. I say that innocently all the time. Okay, I want to add just a couple more layers, and then we're going to try our blender on them. Let's grab, I want to see this darker pencil here. This is Chocolate. Chocolate. There we go. Okay. Gosh, yeah. These are smooth, man. I'll definitely want to swatch them though, that's for sure. All right, now the sepia. Here we go. Okay, and then what was the other one we grabbed? It was this one here. And this was Venetian Red. I just want to make sure we have a solid amount of layers before I test out the blender on it. Annie, what's the matter? There we go. Okay, and then Mars Orange. Annie, what's the matter? What you meowing about? Yeah? That sounds serious. Gosh, that's nice. Okay, let's grab a blender here. Got a teeny tiny blender. Oh, I'm so glad. Yeah, they're really nice. I'm really excited to use them. Okay, let's use the blender. I know it's teeny tiny, but I'm not gonna bother with a extender. Oh, look at that. Gosh, that's nice. Okay. Yeah, I know what I'm doing in my free time today. I'm not pressing super hard because I still want to add a few more layers, but look at how much that darkens up and how smooth that is. Wow. Okay, I'm thoroughly impressed. Right? I'm loving it. Oh my gosh, this page is gonna be so pretty. It's gonna be so pretty. Okay, now hang on, I wanna put these, crud, what order were they in? Oh no! Okay, wait, this one was here. Okay. First one I sharpened, I think, was here. And then I think there. Okay. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're good. Yeah, this is gonna be so super pretty. Like, yeah, this is gonna be good. What time is it? It's 11:50. You guys want to keep going with this for the next 10 minutes or so? Because I kind of do. Let's just keep layering a bit. All right, let's get our chocolate here. I'm just gonna keep playing. See, and then this is when the risk comes in. Like, thankfully, I'm streaming this other colorful page because I'd get super excited about this and then like never come back to the other one. I'm sure I will, Ev. You always make such good choices. Annie, honey, can you get off the desk? You know, the interesting thing is, you know, Isis is in the bathroom because she's not feeling well, but I feel like Annie is just unsettled because of it. Like, I think Isis smells funny because she doesn't feel well. Like, I think it's changed her scent because Annie was like hissing at the bathroom door, but she has been so unsettled since yesterday, since this all happened. And she's just like, yeah, she's just all over the place. I think she's just unhappy with the way things are going at the moment. And keep playing. Thus the life of coloring, the pure joy of good pencils, right? Like, these are so good. Like, I've never had a huge opinion about Inktense because they're kind of in their own category because they're just a different kind of pencil. And then I wasn't a huge fan of the Colorsoft, so I would say that this is the first Derwent pencils that I've owned that I really like, specifically like, that in my mind stands out from other pencils. You know what I mean? Okay, let's see. Let's do a little bit there. That's the one nice thing about, if you're learning grayscale, Christine Cairns, or like learning portraits, Christine Cairns are so great because you can follow the shadows that she places. Like, that's seriously helped me in coloring. Well, Annie is the one that's anxious. Isis is just upset because she doesn't feel well and she's isolated in the bathroom. But I took her to the vet yesterday and got her some medicine. It just takes about 24 hours or so for her to feel better. So when I see that she is successfully holding her water, then she will be able to go out in the main part of the house again. But she's got everything she needs in there. She's got a bed, she's got her litter, she gets special food, she's got her water, we go in and give her pets, so it's just, you know, the joy of having pets. And, you know, honestly, she's 15 years old, so this, I'm sure, is not going to be the last time she is going to have tummy issues. Yeah, they're so nice, Tanya. I've been saying it for years, but nobody ever listens to me. Yeah, because Annie has been jumping up in my lap more and everything. Paul's pretty unfazed by everything, but Annie's just like, something's going on. I think maybe it might throw people because they're called the Derwent drawing pencils, so they may think, oh, well, then they're not for coloring, you know? Like, that could be why. She just went in her box. I'll show you a picture I actually took of her earlier today. So Steve has these boxes with books and stuff in them, and she crawls up in one of the drawers. There we go. And so this is basically where she's at right now. I emptied this box for her so it doesn't have any papers or anything, and she just sits in there and just peers out. This front is bent because she keeps like bending it forward to crawl in there, and yeah, so she just lurks in there and and stares out, which is so funny because I've never had a cat that really ever liked crawling into things. But she's like, this is my spot now. Hi, Claire. Right? Seriously, it is. It's such a great choice. Like, I'm loving this. And considering how many browns, like this page was just perfect for it. I love an all-inclusive skin tone palette. I mean, I think I defaulted a lot to drawing white skin tones initially because, you know, my skin is light, but that's what I'm familiar with. But I'm also cognizant of doing other skin tones too, because Steve is Korean. Consequently, little Emily is darker than I am. And so I try to make sure that I'm not just always coloring white skin tone, because like she's very aware of when something like, you know, like if all of her dolls are like, you know, she got excited when we got one that was similar. She's like, oh, she looks like me. And it's just like, oh yeah, she does. You know, something that's different. You know what I mean? Something that's not, that's more similar to little Emily than not. You know what I mean? Yeah, she's just lurking. That's her spot. She's like, I'm king in here. Or queen, rather. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize I wasn't centered there. Like, there's a lot of tooth on the paper now, but I think once I use the blender, it's really just gonna kind of... You saw how smooth this is, and I wasn't even pressing that hard. You know what I mean? Okay. Let's grab now the Venetian red. Okay. But yeah, like I'll be sitting here and I'll just look over and she's just peeking out, just staring at me from her little hidey drawer over here. Well, Johanna and Christine Karen in the same stream. It seems like a pretty good stream to me. All right, so Mars Orange. Let's go ahead. Almost fill it in the rest of the way. I think I want to do one more lighter color where kind of the highlight would be, you know what I mean? There we go. And then let's do, like I said, this is coming from not swatching these. Let's do brown ochre. Brown ochre. And then we're going to grab a blender. I kind of think I want to grab a fresh blender so that it's a little bit more comfortable to hold. Because right now, obviously, there's a lot of tooth showing through. Okay, let me grab a fresh blender pack here real quick. Question, is 24 the largest size of these pencils? I believe so, yes. But honestly, if you're just looking for a skin tone palette, you really don't need any more than these 24. I think it's honestly perfect. Hang on. Get my drawer here. There it is. I stocked up on a lot of these when they stopped selling them. So, oh, did you come out of your box? Well, no. Okay, here we are, fresh pack. Yeah, it's a much lighter touch for sure. Because I do feel like if I were to press too hard, the tips probably would crumble. Actually, let's just do... little bit more. Metallic marker or gel pens. Exclamation point Slicci, S-L-I-C-C-I, and also the Pentel Sparkle Pop. Pentel Sparkle Pop are really good. All right, so we got a full length one here. So let's go ahead and press a little bit harder. What I'm curious about, because I do have a tendency to layer more on top once they're blended, is I'm curious about how that will handle layering more pencil on top of it after being blended. You know what I mean? I need to bring her skin tone into her parts a little bit though, because obviously you would see skin tone in the parts of the hair. Like I'm pressing hard, but not super hard, if that makes sense. But just look at how much that's darkening up. But it's not quite as smooth as I wanted yet, so we're definitely gonna need to add some more layers. But I feel like blending, you get an idea of how much darker it really is, you know what I mean? Normally I would lighten the black lines quite a bit more, but because we're doing such a dark skin tone on her, I don't mind having lines so dark. Right? It just pops right out. Tanya, I am using the Nina Classic Crest one. So you can still see some of that texture under there, which is why I want to add on a second layer after the blending. Add to the list, yep. Good, Shannon. But yeah, you can see just how much it pops. So seeing how much brighter it's gonna be lets me know how much more pigment I actually need to add to the paper. You know what I mean? Because truth be told, a lot of times I'll just do markers. I'll do markers for her. But gosh, yeah, I haven't done pencils in a while. See, that ochre was a little bit yellow, more yellow than I like, but because we're gonna add on another layer, I think we can make it work. So let's go ahead and grab chocolate. Like I said, now is when we're gonna start maybe pressing a little bit harder. And adding in more of our layers. So I'll layer on again, and then we'll probably use the blender again to kind of smooth anything else out. It almost looks weird though, just having this one part of her colored, right? Oh no, I didn't try the Derwent blender with it. I guess with Derwent pencils, maybe when I do her neck, I'll do that. I'll have to report back to you. Because now that I've already put the Caran d'Ache blender on top, I don't want to add a different kind of blender, you know what I mean? Okay, so this is chocolate that we're using. See, and then when I add more, we'll add some of this color up on her scalp. Do I say that more than I realize? It's one of those things. Like, I have a friend who streams, but he streams games, and whenever he's playing with his buddies and he has to go help them, he'll always say, okay, hang tight. And so we have like a counter where we count how many times he actually says hang tight in a stream. It's just those things I don't think about, you know? I'm sorry. I don't realize it. It's just one of those things. You know what I mean? I don't even realize it. It's not until you put yourself on air and start to record yourself that you realize how many just tics you have. times? Oh my gosh. All right. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Guys, gals. I'm sorry. I literally don't even... I was just shaking my head there. Like, yeah. All right, this is sepia, in parentheses, red, which I get why it says sepia red. I don't even know. See, now I gotta go rewatch your stream, Shannon. I gotta see if there's anything you repeat. I'm just kidding. I am excited. These are so cool. I love new toys. And to just have them exceed my expectations so much, which I try not to have too many expectations about, you know, about things going into it, but... Okay. I notice it more when I'm recording myself do something. Like I notice me saying things more when I'm doing a recording, and then I have to edit it, and then I'm like, why did I keep saying that? So a lot of times, like, I'll just edit it out. Like, I have a tendency that when I'm recording a video, when I'm getting ready to talk about like a new, like, imagine if everything I'm saying in the video is separated into paragraphs, I take big breaths like I just did, but it's just so much of that more obvious when I'm recording, and then I'm listening to myself over and over as I'm editing. And so if there's an opportunity, I'll try and edit out those very audible breaths. I do. Yeah, Slicci, S-L-I-C-C-I. And the Sparkle Pop. And if they're not, oh, I'm sorry, am I talking too loud? If they're not out of stock, the Super Glitter Gel Pens from Arteza are also really good. But I guess those are glitter and not metallic. Metallic gel pens, I recommend the Slicci ones, hands down. Hands down. All right, and then Mars Orange. Let's see, I want more, maybe we could try Sanguine. See, whenever I say Sanguine too, Shannon, I hear you saying Sanguine, where you go, Sanguine. All right, Mars Orange. I think we'll use Sanguine over where we use that ochre and kind of tone down some of the yellow. Yes, Mary, I do heavy breathing when I record. Like that meme of the cat that's, you know, heavy breathing. Luckily, I don't subject all of you to that, and I edit it out. I have proper English. I don't understand the problem. No, it's when you put emphasis on it, ironically. Sanguine. I love it. You know, you're like spend a lot of time, you know, listening to someone or around someone when you find that when you say things that you can't help but have it translate into other parts of your life. Whether or not it's quiet. Like every time I see Mona's name, I don't say it, but every time I see Mona's name, I hear Brian in the background going, Mona. Or in my head, I hear Tanya. Oh, thanks, Ronnie. Just little things you're reminded of. All right, let's try Sanguine. I'm gonna go really light because I think it could easily go dark. Now we're still seeing a lot of textures, so you know what? Let's go ahead and test it. Let's grab the Derwent blender and see how it does on top of this. He does it all the time. All right, let's grab the Derwent blender. Let's see. Yeah, see, it's definitely picking up some of that pigment a little bit. I can see it kind of scraping and moving it around. I'm not sure how much I like that. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to the Caran d'Ache blender. Aw, sounds good. Thanks for coming, Renee. See you later. Thanks for being here. All right, now I'm gonna press harder because I want to try and get some of that texture out. I do think that's one reason why I do like markers for portraits too, because you get such a smooth look, you know what I mean? Ah, I did it again. Dang it, I'm catching myself. I mean, no one knows what I mean. I didn't say anything, nothing, whatever. I need to come up with a new phrase. Cucumbers and cheese. Yep, that's what I'm gonna say now. See, I caught myself. I'm gonna be so hyper aware now. I didn't mean to. Yes, on Mona and Tanya. Yeah, exactly. It just comes out. I can't help it. I have no control over myself. I'm gonna get a t-shirt made that just says, you know what I mean? All right, smooth that away there. There we go. It's coming along. Like I said, I'm definitely pressing harder. Just forget to do her lips. It always ends up getting last. Still feels like there's a bit more texture than I would like. Let's see. I wonder. Let's grab ooh, wheat. Wheat's kind of like a white. Let's test that out. He's something. I'm kind of testing using one of its own colors. See, it is taking away some of that, and that's fine. See, I will say, as much as I like the Caran d'Ache, I'm almost wondering maybe the Derwent would be better with this, because I feel like the Caran d'Ache blender is leaving a little bit more waxy buildup than it would normally. Now, right now I'm not using a blender at all. I'm using the wheat color to kind of help smooth some of that out. Well, that's kind of working. That's actually even toning down the yellow just a little bit. So maybe I'm gonna have to practice with them more. I mean, this is the first time I've used them, so maybe it would be better, in fact, to go ahead and use the Derwent blender. I'll have to test it out. I think this wheat is going to be one of my favorite colors to use, though. There we go. See, she looks funny right now because she doesn't have any color on her lips, but let's try. Let's see. Let's start out with Sanguine. It's got a little bit more of a red color to it anyway, so that's fine. Okay, and then let's use chocolate. What time is it? It's 12:15. We'll go in just a little bit. I just want to finish off her lips here. I got excited about the new pencils. Well done, Ev. Thank you so much. I'm even more excited to do this page now. All right, sepia red. There we go. All right, and to stay consistent, I'm gonna use the blender on her lips, and then if we need to, we'll lighten it over the top. No, it's not the tip. Even wheat. Yeah, I think I'll want to spend some time and refine that a bit. There's like little bits and pieces here that I want to... Yeah, I'm not done with her lips by any means, but... Because she looks silly now with just her face. But she'll look cool when it's all done. Do they really? Oh, okay. Right, Ronnie? I know, right? It looks funny with just this portion here. She needs the rest. I think it's going to be gorgeous when it's all done. These were the perfect pencils for this. Thank you, Ev, and thank you, Tanya, for the suggestion. Oh my gosh. All right, it's 12:17. I should head out and get some lunch. I'm a little bit hungry. And get a tea refill. But yeah, I think that's everything. I think I'm going to go ahead and head out. And thank you for the happy mail. This was so much fun. Tanya, thank you for your suggestion. Mods, thank you for modding for me. And yeah, here's this. Like I said, we'll work on this side here on Friday. And yeah, we're getting close. We'll have this one. Nice. Yeah, that's not bad at all. That's like pretty equivalent to Prismacolors too. So yeah, she'll look real cool when she's all done. All right, everyone. I am gonna head out. Keep being amazing. And I'll see you Friday night, okay? All right, everyone. Have a great rest of your week. Chat with you later. Bye.